Hello, I am Wicked Nick Wagner. I'm seeing a lot of things online about Ciryl Gane and his win over Alex Pereira, specifically about Ciryl Gane and his back of the head punches. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Ciryl Gane, you gotta watch him. He's especially when it comes to those the other opponents lean forward or in turtle. He does throw some very risky hammer fists. So when I originally watched, I was doing a watch party. We were all just hyped about the action, and I was more interested in the stoppage itself, whether or not people thought it was going to be early. I personally thought that there was a good stoppage by Herb Dean. Before we start this quick breakdown, we have to ask ourselves. I have to ask myself: am I biased for Herb Dean? Am I biased for Ciryl Gane? Am I biased against Alex Pereira? You have to ask yourself: are you biased against Herb Dean? Are you biased against Ciryl Gane? Are you biased for Alex Pereira? Let's clear all that out of here. Let's try and remove our bias, read the exact rules, and break down each strike and where Herb Dean was positioned. That's all I'm going to do in this video. First off, Gane dropped Pereira with a jab, clean, boom, nice. When he went down, well, actually, first off, let's read the strikes. Okay, let me read this real quick. Fouls: strikes to the spine or back of the head. The back of the head starts at the crown. The crown is not the top of the head, as shown in this diagram. In pink is the crown. The back of the head starts at the crown of the head with a 1-inch variance to either side, running down the back of the head to the occipital junction, or the back of the neck and the spine. Well, again, went to 1-inch variance of the spine, but mainly we're talking about the back of the head and the back of the neck in this, right? Again, crown of the head here, running down to roughly about here. I don't know how the camera's gonna look. Roughly about here, and then just the back of the neck. That's what we're looking about. That's what we're worried about now. I don't think any of the original, when Ciryl Gane drops Alex Pereira starts to get back up, and then Ciryl Gane ends up in mount. I don't think any of the stuff that Alex Pereira getting back up, any of the strikes around here count against the rules leading up to Alex Pereira getting mounted. I think the whole Alex Pereira gets dropped, starts to get back up, and then gets put on his back. I think that whole original sequence is good. And this is all zoomed in. This is night of. I am trying not to get copyrighted so you guys can actually see the video without me having to wait a week before the copyright on YouTube gets relaxed a bit. So yes, it's not going to be the best big picture thing, but I'm trying to show you what I can. This is the worst one, I think. This is the one where it's like, yeah, this definitely looks like to the back of the head. But look where Herb Dean is. He's on the wrong side. He can't see that. He circles around to the other side. And while he's doing that, and when he gets over there, the rest of them were, and in my opinion, fine. Except for one that we can't really see. These are the two that I'm going to show you the two that I think were the closest, if not definite. Yeah, these are to the back of the head or back of the neck. Anyways, they get back up. Ciryl Gane takes the pressure off a little bit of a break. But then boom, this over-the-top elbow starts the sequence again. This one is not. I don't know if some people are claiming it to be. I'm not sure. I'm just going to say this one's not to the back of the head. It lands. You can even see the ear wiggle a bit, which I want to mention that now. Just because you touch the ear doesn't mean it's not back of the head, which I know it kind of contradicts what I just said. Anyways, that elbow was fine, in my opinion. The ear thing is more just a guideline that I see going around quite a lot. Again, I showed you the rules. It has nothing to do with the ear at all. That's something I hear a lot of people say. It's like, oh, it's to the ear, it's fine. Not always the case. Oh, it didn't touch the ear, it's bad. Not always the case. Again, it's a 1-inch variance from the back of the head, basically. The direct back of the head. It's a 1-inch variance from that crown, straight back of the crown, down, 1-inch variance, back of the neck. Back of the neck was a big one because it's basically the entire back of the neck, starting at that occipital junction. Anyways, there was like a weird, like an overhand that kind of grazed. Again, that one might also be, but they kind of clinched after that. So let's say 3. Let's say there are 3 strikes to the back of the head. Do we call this a no contest? Because you can't stop and review the footage. If you do, the fight has to end. Let's say, oh, there's 3 strikes in there that were to the back of the head. Let me review that footage. Oh, those were 3 to the back of the head. I'm going to call this no contest. Is that what you would prefer? Do you stop the action because you saw one back of the head shot amongst all these legal shots? Boom, legal shot, legal shot, legal shot, and then one hits to the back of the head or the back of the neck. Do you then, as the referee, stop the action and then say, hey, 1 point, hey, 2 points, or hey, let's break up the action, watch yourself. And I mentioned that he didn't say anything about watching the back of the head. I think what it really comes down to, and why I have no problem with this specific Ciryl Gane fight, I know there's others that you could talk about as well. It's a very difficult job. It is a frantic job. And you cannot be perfect in it, right? We do our absolute best. And I think that was about as good as you can do, in my opinion, when it comes to the stoppage. And the only question I leave to you is, what's the alternative? What would you like to have happened in this specific scenario? Would you have liked to stop it and say, hey, 1 point, 2 points, uh, watch yourself, and then resume the action? Or would you have reviewed the footage and say, hey, these are 3 illegal techniques, 2 or 3 illegal techniques, you're disqualified, or 2 or 3 illegal techniques, no contest? I think the finish would have happened regardless. If you remove those 3 strikes that I put into question the most, if you remove those 3 strikes, this finish still happens. And that's kind of the decision that the referee has to make there, I think. If we question and remove all biases and watch this under the lens of humans watching other humans fight and trying to adhere to the rules as best as we can in the moment without disrupting the fight or the sport itself, I think this was a good stoppage and a good call by Herb Dean. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. I really do like the input of people who disagree with me. I love to hear other people's opinions. And that's all I have for you.